Are you a writer? Is there something inside of you asking to be born in the form of words, poetry, novels, romance novels, young adult, nonfiction, spiritual memoir, whatever it is? I created this course, Plug-in for Writers, for you. I created it shortly after Writing Down Your Soul came out because I wanted to invite others into this magnificent, exciting, but very strange world of being published. A couple of years after that book, the companion journal, My Soul Pages, brought this magnificent owl into the world, followed by The Lotus and the Lily and its companion journal, My Life Pages, helping us create the life that wants to be lived in and through and as us. And this year, this important book, the third of the 5 mystical practices in Your Soul Wants 5 Things, Soul Vows. You can see I have a relationship with my publisher, not just here's a book and here's a book. And you're the first ever to see the cover of my next creation, the Soul Discovery Coloring Book. Noodle, doodle, and scribble your way to an extraordinary life. That's what I'm working on right now. Plus, I signed 2 contracts in one day. I'm also writing the 4th book in Your Soul Wants 5 Things, the Soul Purpose book. It doesn't have a title yet or a cover. I promise to share it with you as soon as I have it. Now, I want to show you all that, to show you that getting published is not about putting your one book out into the world. It's about a relationship with your books, a relationship with your guides, a relationship with your agent, a relationship with your readers, a relationship with your publishers. Most importantly, it's a relationship with the divine call inside of you, so that that which wants to be born through your hands can be born. How did all of that happen? It happened because I work in this place, the intersection. The intersection is your craft. See that circle? The red circle is your craft. And you must work at your craft. And the blue circle is your spiritual practice. Do you see what happens when these 2 circles overlap? They create the very essential Vesica Pisces sacred geometry shape. This is the shape of life. This is the golden light coming through, is meant to represent that creative flow in the imaginal realm. All the books that want to be written, all the poems, all the screenplays, the speeches, the coaching, everything that wants to be born on this creative flow will come to you and through you almost effortlessly when you overlap, when you intersect your craft of writing and your spiritual practice. I'm speaking to you from my writing chapel, my office, and if you walked in that door on any given day, any given moment, you would not be able to tell. Is Janet now doing her spiritual practice? Is Janet now sitting at the computer writing professionally? There is no difference, because my work is my spiritual practice, and my spiritual practice is my work. And I never dreamt when Writing Down Your Soul came out that it would be the first of an entire pile of books. It still really kind of takes my breath away. And I know that there's 3 more headed here, and the magnificent, how much fun can you have, coloring book. This is the life I want for you. And I think I know how to invite you into this world. My course, unlike any other writing course that's out there, is divided into 2 parts. You can get information about social media and how to write a query letter in hundreds and hundreds of places. But Plug-in for Writers, which by the way means plug into the intersection for writers, is in 2 parts. The first part is the most important part, and it's called the work before the work. If you'd like to know how valuable the work before the work is, come and look at the page, the course, Plug-in for Writers at janetconnor.com, and read the testimonial at the top of the page from Christine Wheeler, who signed a contract with Hay House this year. And she attributed this fulfillment of her dreams to the work before the work in Plug-in for Writers. So what's the work before the work? Well, it's all about this blue spiritual practice. I will introduce you to your gods. I will introduce you to the great writer who will remove those rocks in your field, those rocks in your chakras. If you're wondering why you haven't been able to get your writing life moving forward, it's because your energy field is filled with blocks and filled with rocks, and you do need divine guidance to remove them. And I've been very blessed to download a guided meditation that Gail McMakin called Pure Genius, and it does remove those rocks from your field. I'll also help you write your spiritual brand. To the best of my knowledge, there is nobody else out there even talking about your spiritual brand. Your spiritual brand is your stake in the ground. And if you don't have that clear understanding of not what you're doing, but why you're doing it, then you're scattered, you're flitting around, you're trying to find a book that will sell. The book that will sell is the book that is aligned completely with your purpose. And then we'll activate the neighborhood, because your book doesn't sit by itself. Writing Down Your Soul doesn't sit by itself. Writing Down Your Soul is part of a neighborhood. Where is that neighborhood? Well, it's anywhere readers can find you. It might be in a physical bookstore. It might be on an online bookstore. It might be in a gallery. It might be in a gift shop. Wherever it is, you have the ability to find that spot, I mean that exact spot, and activate its reality in the imaginal realm, which is real. It's not imaginary. It's real. This is a mystical practice, and it's as real as it can be. And to the best of my knowledge, nobody else is teaching that. And then I also teach something brand new, and that's why Plug-in for Writers expanded to 11 two-hour classes this year. I also realized that there was a gap in my students' understanding of exactly where they fit. And I created a publishing grid. You want to know who your audience is? It's on the grid. You want to know who your fellow writers are that you're in alignment with? It's on the grid. You want to know what publishers you should be approaching? They're on the grid. You want to know what agents are going to really resonate with your message? It's on the grid. And I'm setting aside a special Saturday afternoon session to teach you this brand new, never been taught anywhere before, publishing grid, so you can find not only your neighborhood, but your block on that neighborhood. When you have that information clearly in your heart, aligned with your spiritual brand, you're ready for the work. Well, now I'm going to introduce you in the second half of the course to all the people that have carried me down this avenue of publishing success. I'm going to introduce you to the best publicist in the world, Jennifer Hill Robinault, who changed my life completely when she taught me how to build an audience, how to communicate. I'm going to introduce you to Joanne Deck, my publishing consultant, because the great mystery is, how do you get a publisher to say yes, right? She's going to bring you into a publishing decision meeting, an acquisition meeting, and introduce you to each person sitting around the table and the basis on which they make a decision and what it is they're reading in your proposal that helps them make that decision and how any single one of them can vote no and the meeting is over. I need the help of Joanne Deck. I'm going to introduce you to Nancy Barton, my agent, and you can hear how an agent views your approach and how an agent works with you and how an agent responds to your query and your proposal. And I'm going to introduce you to Caroline Pincus, my editor at Canary Press. She has agreed to be the culmination, the celebration of these 11 weeks and listen to your pitch to a publisher. All in this loving, safe bubble surrounded by me and 21 other souls in Plug-in for Writers. The course is limited to 22 people so that we can really be together, supporting one another. And guess what else you get? Every single night, you get one of the secrets from Gail McMeekin's 12 Secrets of Highly Creative Women. This is the love. You have no idea what it means to me to get an email from somebody like Christine Wheeler saying, "Oh my God, I just signed a contract with Ahab." This is why I put all the work I put into Plug-in for Writers. In other words, plug in for you, because you are a writer.